The River House by Gianluca Arrighi, narrated by Patrizia Barrera, published by TekTime. Copyright. No part of this publication may be reproduced, stored even with electronic means, or transmitted in any form, or by any electronic, mechanical means, including photocopying, recording, or other means, without the prior permissions of the rights holders. All right reserved: right to publish and to print, right of translation of the work, right of making the work available in electronic format, right of recitation and fixation, right of processing by transformation into a dramatic work, right of processing by transformation into a screenplay or other adaptation for cinematographic work, audiovisual or television work. Right holder: Gruppo Mea S.R.L.S. info@gruppomea.it. Dedication to the great lawyer Leonardo Casu, loyal and a brave friend. Part 1. Chapter 1. Biagio Martini lounged under the gazebo in the expansive garden of his 3-millionaire villa, a glass of Yamazaki whiskey, his favorite, in hand. To the outside world it was the epitome of success. A renowned civil lawyer, happily married for 15 years, father to 2 bright and beautiful daughters, and the head of a travel law practice that had just expanded to include 5 attorneys under his leadership. At 45, Biagio appeared to have it all. His wife sat beside him, serene and content, while their daughters laughed and played on the lush grass. Yes, this idyllic scene masked a darker reality known only to a few. Emma, his wife, from a certain point, perhaps his sister Delia, also she must see him as the word did, and of course Biagio himself. That's why he had already consumed half a bottle of Yamazaki and felt an urgent need to drown himself in the rest. It was plainly this irrational fear of thunderstorms, as bad as with depression, panic attacks, and reverse migraines that left him with the temporary gaps in his memory. Biagio had spent 35 years navigating the corridors of child psychologists, psychoanalysts, and mental disorder specialists. He often felt, like that evening, on the brink of an implosion if he wasn't careful. The root of this torment traced back to Maurizio Martini, his father, a man who had raised him without a shred of affection. Elisabetta Bacco Martini, his mother, played a less role in the familiar tragedy that haunted him. He wondered if what he felt was self-pity, a sentiment he generally eschewed. His real regrets were for his family, especially Emma. His daughters, still young and resilient, were shielded from the darker aspect of this past, yet vowed to spare them the toxic family environment he and Delia had endured, a promise he largely kept. Yet the girls were intuitive. They sensed their father's struggles, glimpsing the shadows that occasionally crossed his face. They deserved a better father, and he loathed himself for his shortcomings. Emma, too, deserved a better husband. How she had managed to cope with his neuroses for 16 years, always supportive and confident, was beyond his comprehension. Biagio sipped his whiskey, the weight of his hidden life pressing down on him as the sun set behind his picturesque but deceptive appearance. Biagio Martini watched his wife under the soft glow of the gazebo lights in the sparkling garden. Emma was the pearl of strength he desperately needed, nurturing him when he was fragile, reprimanding him when he strayed, always playing her part flawlessly, or at least striven to. She was his lover, his best friend, his confidant, the very glue that kept his fragmented self from shattering. With Emma and their daughters by his side, he believed he could conquer the demons that haunted him, just as Dr. Passotti had always encouraged. Yet supporting him had exacted a heavy toll on Emma. Gone was the carefree joy that once lit up her face, replaced by premature streaks of grey through her rash blonde hair, and a wrinkles etching her delicate features. Over the years, she had even battled a dependency on hashish, a struggle she had overcome through sheer willpower.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?